welcome to my channel. In the past video, I spoke about programming concepts in general. If you haven't watched the video, you can watch by clicking the cards above. In this video, we will see about variables. Let me start my presentation. Variables. Variables are the building blocks of a program. Okay? That's a saying by Alan Perlis, who is an ACM scientist and a Turing Award winner. One man's constant is another man's variable. You can search about him. He's good at programming and compiler design also. So let's begin the presentation. So what is a variable? You say we when we are speaking in means some people may use a variable as a word. Okay, there is so many variables still in place, or this program requires a lot of variables for calculation. Or statistician or mathematician people can use that word variable. Okay, in programming, variables are a name for a memory location. In simpler terms, it is an open box or a bucket. Okay, you can put something or remove something. It's an open box. Okay, so then the variable can change anywhere in the execution. Means in the runtime. So it is a memory location. Memory location can change its data with the help of any programming language. In the runtime, the value or data present in the memory location can be altered. Okay, that is a variable. Next one is a type of variables. Mainly, there are four types of variables: as integer, float, string, and boolean. In this image, you can see right the integer value, which is a numbers like a decimal numbers. You see, decimal is different from floating point in programming. Okay, in we can say 3.14 is a decimal in mathematics, but in programming we have to say it as a floating point. Okay, there is an integer, there is a floating point, there is a string is a sequence of characters. Okay, and booleans are the true or false, 0 or 1 binary values. Okay, here is a two things, one is a variable, another one is a constant. Okay, variables, as I said before, variables are an open box. You can change the value. So in this case, the constants are a closed box. You cannot able to change anything in the constant. Okay, that is a simple distinction between two. Okay, let's see the integer data type. Integer data types are a defined as a set of numbers, or a we can say negative numbers also. Those are called a negative integer. Positive numbers are called positive integers. Okay, this integer data type requires a 4-byte values. Okay, in the memory, you will see that in later sections also. In memory, the 4 bytes are required to store the integer value. For example, 1 is an integer, 10, 55, 100. Any integer value or any decimal numbers are called integers. Next one is a long int. Okay, what is the difference between an integer and a long int? Means integer can store only 4 bytes of value, where the long int can store up to 8 bytes. Okay? Purpose is to store the longest number. Can say some 10 factorial, can able to store those numbers into long integers. Okay, we will see the various programmings also, factorial, Fibonacci, every programming concept, every programming designs we will see in later the sessions. Okay, next one is floating point. We will see decimal numbers are called a floating points, which requires the 4 bytes of storage or memory. For example, 3.14 is a famous one. The next one is a string. Strings are a group of characters, or a set of group of characters is the best definition for string. Okay? It stores a 1 byte, which means One character is equal to one byte. So the string length can be anything. Okay, for example, hello. Hello is a five length character, five length word. Okay, each character is a letter. Let me say of five characters. So the length of the string is five. Okay, the next one is Boolean. Boolean is just a simple true or false. Whether the condition is present or condition is false, in that case we use Boolean. So the next one is a dynamic typing. You can use this dynamic typing in the Python programming or Ruby programming, where we don't need to explicitly define the data type of a variable. The Python itself identify its data type, whether it's a string or integer or floating. Simple says it says yes to all, and it will identify the type itself. The next one is we have to in some cases we have to find the size of the variables or the size of a data type. In that case we can use these methods. Get size of method, which returns the size of an object in bytes, whereas size of underscore underscore size of method returns the internal size in bits for the given object. The right side we can able to see the example. Once in the demo I'll show the runtime real-time example also. The next one is a scope. Scope is one of the important thing where there is a two types of scope. First one is a local scope or a local variable, we can say. Next one is a global variable or a global scope. A local scope which can be accessed only within that block. In this case, the function, okay, the variable can be accessed only within that function. In global case, we can able to access the variable anywhere in the program. Okay, once I show the demo, you can able to understand easily. The next one is a typecasting. Typecasting can be used some. In this case, they are using a string function to convert the integer value to print with the string value. Okay, in this case the value is a string, the and the value is integer. You cannot able to combine both, so they are using a string function to combine both. Okay, there is a three functions available for typecasting. Typecasting is just but converting the one type of data to another type. Here the string, floating and integer. This will convert the given format into the string format or float format or integer format. Okay, these are the some of the concept or comes under the variables. Now let's see the demo. Let me go to the notebook. Okay, the first one is the normal printing statement. Okay, normal string. You can give anything like welcome you to thing, just like you can say integer also. To run this, you can use this run button, or you can use control enter. We put it in the comment section. This is a comment in Python. So control plus enter to run the code, run the cell actually. To run the cell, we can use this run button or control enter. Okay. The next one is a variable declaration. Okay. In this case, I used integer, floating, string, and boolean values. This is a package which is used for the get size of function. From that package only the function is available. So we will see about the functions and the packages in later sections. Okay, as I said before, this is the size of method. This will return the internal size or of object in bytes. Let me run this. Before running, I have to declare the variables. So let me run this cell and this cell. So these are the size of of the various data types that I declared here. Okay, this is a this dot, which means we are accessing the function from this class. This is a which is a, can be a program or a class. Okay, dot is to access the function. Run this, it will produce the same results as well. Okay, next we see the scope. Here the g value is a global variable and the l value is a local variable. Okay, so if I defining this function. Okay, once I've defined this function, let me run it. Now I'm try to access the local variable outside the function. Run will show an error because the L value is outside the scope. We cannot able to access the L value outside the scope. Okay, only the global value or a global variable can be accessed outside the scope. Okay, we add one thing. We call the function called func. Once I run this, it will display both the values because global value or a global variable can have access inside the function also and anywhere in the program. Okay, the next one is a typecasting. In this example, I'm use string function. It will convert the integer to string as we see in the slides. Okay, let me run this. Will convert this thing. Okay, mostly it will do in integer. There is no conversion is needed. Okay, in most cases a floating variable, you can convert the values like this. 10.50 is converted into a 10. Okay, the conversion can be done like this. To convert the integer value to the floating, this can be done like this. You will add the decimal values to it. These are some of the concepts which are underlying in the variables. If I missed any concept, you can comment in the video so I can able to clarify your doubts also. I will add this notebooks links to the GitHub until the GitHub link will be available in the description of the video. Thank you.